You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many.
What's up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have AEW Collision. I'm Unstoppable Denominator under orange light. Over the phone, I got my good buddy Peter.
What's going on, Unstoppable Squad?
So, first things first, the highlights I saw was that Chris Jericho came out and the fans were still singing along with Chris Jericho's song. Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, but I mean, when your theme song is Judas, like, who wouldn't want to sing your song?
Well, I know, but still, even though he's a heel, you know, come on.
Every time you sing Chris Jericho's theme song, you're inflating his already massive ego.
Yo.
So it's great. So it's genius from that respect.
Yeah. So I like the way how he told the fans that he's not from Toronto and he's from Winnipeg. And he called them, you idiots. I'm not from Toronto. I'm from Winnipeg, you idiots.
Yeah, well, I guess there was a few signs that said, welcome home, Chris, and it's like, I'm not from Toronto.
Right? Maybe that's
not
what...
even from Winnipeg. That's what's funny.
Maybe that's what threw him off.
Yeah.
So, but they were in a bad mood. Sting and Darby Allin made them wait forever to know who they're going to be facing, you know, with Sting and Darby. And the fact that is that who is tougher than Suzuki?
Not many people. I mean, Chris Jericho probably is one of them, but, like, I can't name a few. There's a very short list of people that are tougher than Suzuki. So.
Right. I'll give it to him. Like, Suzuki's good. Looks like a good wrestler. I never followed his career, but hell, he looks like he could be a tough competitor.
I've seen a few of his matches, but again, I'm not really too familiar with the NJPW outside like a few wrestlers, but
right, same here.
Mainly the big names like Will Ospreay and Suzuki and a few others, but
right. And well, like the only one that I kind of know is Okada.
Yeah.
So that's because I hear that name all the time. So Okada this, Okada that. It's like, but yeah.
Like, okay. I know they're in Japan when they do this show so it's hard, but I wish like this show aligned with our clock so I could like watch it more.
Oh, so it's in Japan tonight?
No, they're in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking about New Japan.
You're right.
I wish their show would align with our clock, but I know that's not possible because it's Japan.
Right. And the thing is, I wish it was on television where we could watch it or, you know, see the matches or the highlights, unless if it's on YouTube or something, but
I think a buddy of mine told me, like, they have a show on Roku TV, but I remember looking for it, and I couldn't find it, so but that was a while ago, so maybe the info got sorted out a little bit. But,
who knows?
That's just what I heard. I heard they have a show on Roku TV, so for us, but
Is it like for an app too, or no?
No, like as long as you have Roku TV, you can on your Roku player.
Oh, so that sucks.
Well, you don't have to pay for it.
Right, but still, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It's just what a friend of mine told me. I don't even know if it's 1,000% factual. This is just what I heard.
Right.
So,
well, I just
the messenger.
I just looked up New Japan Pro Wrestling on YouTube, and I don't see any highlights like how WWE does, and AEW does and Impact does. I don't see what New Japan does. They just post random things.
Yeah. So, see, I don't know.
But anyways, we'll move forward. Who can be crazier than Chris Jericho? A lot of people, Chris.
Let's see. There's probably 5 people in AEW currently.
Right.
Sting, Darby Allin.
Yep. Well, I could say there's a lot of wrestlers that are crazier than you, Chris Jericho, in the world.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But not crazy enough to make people go on a list.
You just made the list.
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I missed that gimmick.
Same here. You just made the list.
You know what happens? You know what happens when you insult Chris Jericho?
You just made the list. I love that gimmick so much. Anyways, I noticed that Suzuki and Jericho did some kind of handshake.
Don't ask me.
So they're pretty much cool.
I guess that means they're cool or they're friends
or something.
But didn't they have like if I remember correctly, they had like a huge rivalry going into the last Forbidden Door. So it's kind of like hard to like forget that.
Right. So we're gonna get back to this here. I'm gonna write that down.
I'm pretty sure they had a huge rivalry going into the last Forbidden Door. And if I'm remembering wrong, then I'm an idiot, but pretty sure that's what happened.
Well, I want to go talk about this in a bit here. I got a lot written down here. That from the show. Does Shivani actually know who their opponent is? That's the question. Because he's just standing there, not even talking. Well, Chris Jericho's just, talking.
I mean, I'd assume that all of them know who their opponents are.
Well, yeah, I know, but this is for a promo, but yeah. They're acting like they don't know their opponent.
What? Who is he?
I never heard of this guy.
They act like, one, he's either just fresh, he's fresh off the rookie selections,
Right.
or 2, he's like the most satanic human being in the world. It's one of those two every single time they introduce someone.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how often can you play that same mantra?
Right. Well, Sting and Darby come out, and Jericho says, "Shut up" to the fans. And Darby says, "No, you shut up, Jericho." "Yeah, Jericho, why don't you shut up and let the fans do what they want to do?"
Okay.
So, this is what I'm going to bring up as well. Sammy's not there tonight. Wasn't there last night.
Nope.
So, I will be bringing this. Remember what I talked to you about with Suzuki earlier? That I want to bring that up. I want to bring it up with Sammy Guevara. My thoughts on this with Sammy Guevara as well, and you probably will. Your thoughts too. Darby will kick Sammy's ass. Jericho will get his ass kicked by the man who beat Jericho at Tokyo Dome. And it's Tetsuya, or whatever you want to say his name.
Tetsuya Aida, or something. I don't really know how to say it.
Right, with all these, we are sorry that we can't pronounce these guys' names. We don't know, we try our best.
Some are okay, but like a lot of them, I'm sorry if I come across as like stereotypical, but I can't really pronounce most of the names over there.
Same here. It's especially when they changed. You know how wrestlers change their in-ring name and stuff, and they change it to something that we can't even pronounce. It's like, we're sorry, we can't pronounce that. So, but
I'm sure like Japanese wrestling fans don't know how to pronounce like our wrestlers' names.
Right. And our actual real names and stuff,
Yeah. But like the wrestler, like English to Japanese is way different from each other, so I'm sure Japanese fans have a hard time pronouncing English wrestling.
Right, because you never know how when this is supposed to be this, but we're saying it this way,
Yeah.
But so Tetsuya and Chris Jericho were face to face, but Suzuki backed off first, and then Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that was interesting. It almost makes me feel like something is brewing.
Right. The only reason here's the reason why I'm saying why I wanted to bring this up is that with Suzuki was the one that walked out of the ring first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like Suzuki could turn on Jericho.
I think he's going to. I think he is going to help this other guy.
Right.
Pin Chris Jericho. Or maybe he's just going to assist him.
Or my other thing is that he turns on him and then watches Jericho get pinned.
Mm-hmm.
This is my...
Go ahead. I did noticed something, and this could mean absolutely nothing. It most likely does mean absolutely nothing. But on that subject, where are you? Here. Minoru Suzuki, this is the first time in his career, like this stretch is the first time in his career that he's ever been a face. So I'm just saying, if there's one person that you got to look out for in this, it could be him, because he might go back to being a heel after this.
Well, I thought Jericho was a heel.
He is, and that's why he's a face for this one.
Okay.
But like, I'm just saying, once this whole storyline with Forbidden Door is over, there's no reason for him to be a face anymore.
Okay.
So, or it could mean absolutely nothing, and I'm just rambling on about like.
Right. Well, this is what I'm gonna be talking about with the next person, is with Sami Guevara.
Mm-hmm.
There's talks about Sammy Guevara could be turning on Chris Jericho at Forbidden Door himself.
That I'm not going to put money on it, but I do believe that is going to happen.
Right.
I think that has a greater chance of happening than Suzuki. But like the way they've been booking him, it seems like Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara are kind of not on the same page.
Right.
With everything as they were in the past. So
And
I think he has a very serious chance of turning on him.
Yep. That's why, and this is why I wanted to bring this up last too. So, especially how Sammy isn't there for last night's episode of Collision. So that's why I also wanted to bring that up, is because, Sammy wasn't there. Yes, I understand Ty Conti is pregnant, but it doesn't matter. The baby's not really born yet, so.
No, they're not born yet, but I see it a lot of times where if someone's about to have a kid and they've been a heel, they usually turn him face.
Right.
To make everyone feel good.
Oh yay! You're having a baby! Woohoo! So we're gonna go.
I think they did that briefly with The Miz when Maurice was pregnant the first time, and then eventually he just went back to being.
The thing is, it doesn't. Why make them baby faces after someone makes a kid? Come on.
It shouldn't make any sense, but this is just what a lot of wrestling promotions do.
Right. But still, it's just.
I do think he's gonna turn face.
Yeah.
At Forbidden Door.
But who knows what could happen between Suzuki and Cesaro. Wow. Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we have our first match of the show. We have Swerve Strickland versus Tanahashi.
Okay.
So, and Tanahashi picked up the win in that match.
From what I saw of this, it was kind of a good match. But I don't think it lasted nearly as long as it should have.
Right.
But I was impressed. Like I said, I don't really know out of the New Japan guy, so I don't really have much to say about him, but both wrestlers looked good, I think.
Right, and this is the reason why I think we should have like New Japan Pro Wrestling on TV around us, because how are we supposed to know these people, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are we supposed to? Oh well, yeah, we hear these people's names, but we don't watch because we don't have Roku TV or don't have the way to access to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I wish they had like a cable channel. It would be easier.
Right.
I mean, it would probably have to be like, it would probably have to be like pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Because again, they're not on our clock system. Because they're, I think, 15 hours ahead of everybody.
I think 14 hours ahead of us.
Yeah,
So.
It would probably have to be, like, pre-recorded.
Yeah.
But if they could find a way to bring that over here, it would not only get us excited to see New Japan wrestlers, but it would make this pay-per-view tonight more
interesting. Right. Because the reason why I'm bringing this up, because we got AEW and we got WWE, Impact, going around the whole world, like Japan, London, we got Canada, we got, around the world that they're watching wrestling. But we, for some reason, are not able to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's weird.
But, well, it's whatever. But anyways, we're gonna move on. We got Andrade versus Brody King.
This was, again, I can't stand Andrade. So, I'm happy he lost. But, yeah, it was it went like the way I thought it would.
Right. But, during the match, Buddy Matthews attacks Andrade. So, pretty much this leads into more problems going forward for Andrade.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a good match. But it was kind of an onslaught. Because Andrade really didn't stand a chance.
Right.
And I know he has like this storyline with the House of Black. But if you just look at all three members of the House of Black, and then you look at Andrade, like, it seems like all three of the members of the House of Black could easily beat Andrade in a match.
Right. Yeah, because look at their attitudes. Like, they would definitely destroy anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, and I said last week, it's going to take a really good and dangerous team in order to take the titles off of them.
You're right.
So maybe Andrade has some people that he's eventually going to bring with him, and maybe they will have a match. But I don't realistically see a universe where Andrade and two other people can beat this unit.
The only two I could see him bringing into this unit is the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're part of Death Triangle, so it's like...
Right.
So it's like, where or how is that going to work? So...
Right. But...
Granted, they haven't been on TV either, but hey, it is what it is.
Yep. Next, we have Christian Cage. He is back home. Woohoo! Yep. He's back home.
Back home in Toronto.
But he stays his character. He stays as a heel. He's in a worse mood. And he said that Toronto breeds losers. I'm like, oh my god, this actually proves the point, because look at Toronto Maple Leafs. They are losers.
Yeah. Yep, Toronto Maple Leafs losers, and he went on this whole tangent about how Toronto hasn't won anything in a few years, and the most recent champion was the basketball team.
Yeah, Toronto Raptors.
But who watches basketball?
Right.
The joke is, who watches basketball compared to
hockey,
baseball, or hockey?
Right.
Basketball has been like on the decline, and hockey and baseball have been up here. Especially like if you live in Toronto, like the Blue Jays are everything to Toronto, and it's the same thing with the Maple Leafs, but both of them haven't won.
Yep. Well, I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think Toronto Blue Jays will ever win anything.
Yeah, they had that good run in the early 90s, where they won 2 World Series, but they haven't won anything since.
Right. But with the Toronto Maple Leafs, they pretty much choked during the second round.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be wrong, because the Cubs won a World Series in our lifetime.
Right. That was shocking.
So it's like, okay, what is shocking anymore?
Right.
If the Cubs can win the World Series after 105 years, maybe Toronto has a shot.
Right. Hey, maybe my Dolphins might have a shot too. Somebody on Facebook, I'm like, yeah, I was like, this guy is probably playing Madden, and he's like dreaming that the Miami Dolphins are gonna be in a Super Bowl against
the 49ers.
San Francisco 49ers. I'm like, yeah, there's no way that the Dolphins are gonna beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, even before you get to the Chiefs, you already have the Buffalo Bills.
Right, the Buffalo Bills is our worst problem.
I know they're the Jets, and we like to meme on them, but the Jets just got Aaron Rodgers, and they were 1 game out of the playoffs.
Yep.
So now, in a perfect world, when you get Aaron Rodgers, that should be enough to get you 1 more game. Now, but they are the Jets, so let's see how that transpires. But like you said, even if you before you get to Kansas City in the playoffs, you first have to be better than the newly reformed Jets and the Buffalo Bills, who you still haven't beaten.
Yep. Well, we just barely beat the Bills earlier last year.
Yeah.
That was like a miracle.
They won the division by like 3 or 4 games.
Right. And the reason why is because Tua got hurt as well on top of that, but still.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way in hell we're going to go that far into the playoffs.
You're not going to even get to the playoffs. That's my point.
Well, I'm just saying, no, I'm saying for that fan's prediction, there's no way in hell we're going that far.
Yeah, no way. No. Nah, it's not happening.
Unless some miracle we get Tom Brady on a team, and then, yeah.
But he's retired, so it's like... Yeah.
So, there's no...
My question is, will you still be a Dolphins fan?
I hate to say yes, but I still hate Tom Brady.
Would you still be a Dolphin fan if Tom Brady went to Miami?
Yes.
But you would hate every second of it.
Yep. But if he can just help the team win a Super Bowl in my lifetime before I die at the age of 40, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll see my lifetime before I die at the age of 40. I'm sorry.
Well, Tom Brady's like 45, 46, so still getting up there in age.
Oh, come on. We see wrestlers wrestle. Why can't he just be on the Miami Dolphins just to help them win a Super Bowl?
I mean, you got a point. Ric Flair's still wrestling, so who do I know?
Sting's in his 60s. Sting's in his 60s, and he's still wrestling.
I mean, you got a point there.
So.
What do I know?
But yeah. Anyways, I as well with Christian Cage. Sorry, we've got off topic there, but
whoever came up with that storyline is genius. Because think about it, they're having Christian Cage, who still hasn't won a main title in AEW since he got there. But they're having Christian Cage hold Luchasaurus' title and walk around with it like he's champion.
Right.
As a heel, that is genius story.
I was like, wait, hold on, you're the champion? But I thought Luchasaurus was the champion.
He is, but whoever came up with that story for a heel, because this is what WWE should do with Paul Heyman, but they don't have the balls to do it.
Right.
They are having Christian basically be a manager champion, and that is absolutely genius storytelling.
Well, I mean, WWE, well, to be honest with you, WWE are kind of already doing it. Paul Heyman's got the belts around his shoulders all the time, so, I mean...
But he's not walking around calling himself champion, but if he ever did, that would only increase the heat for Paul Heyman.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whoever came up with this for Christian is like...
I'm sorry.
They should deserve to get a promotion for it. It's absolutely gold, and this guy should...
I think whoever wrote this storyline right here needs to write the whole storyline for every single damn freaking story told on AEW.
Yeah, because they know what they're doing.
Right.
That might be a hot take. You might disagree with me. But I don't care. At first I was like, what are they doing? But I'm getting it now because he's a heel. It makes sense.
Right.
So I've come around. I've come around since last week, and I agree. They deserve a promotion, and they should write every single story in AEW.
Yep.
right now. Because they know what they're doing. Next topic.
Alright, so next topic we have Willow versus Nyla for the semi-finals, or what is it?
It's the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah, but I was wondering if it was semi-finals or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think it is the semifinals.
For the Owen Hart Foundation.
Or quarterfinals, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that.
I think it is the quarterfinals.
Okay. And pretty much Willow picked up the win against Nyla. And pretty much two powerhouse women in the ring. All at the same time. I've never seen that in a while, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was shocked. That was a shocking result.
But congratulations to Willow picking up the win. So, anyways, what is for the foundation? What's on the line for the foundation? Do you know?
Well, last year they gave them a title belt.
Okay. Because I'm getting back into watching AEW, so
yeah.
And I didn't know much of it last year, so
that could, but it could have just been that one run because it was the first tournament for male and women. But if they still are doing it, well, they'll get a custom title belt that probably will never be defended.
Just like Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And he's the longest reigning champion. More than Roman Reigns.
Yep.
My tribal chief. Yes, my tribal chief. I love you, tribal chief. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll have like a custom title belt. They'll do like, and I also think there's like a donation that goes to the Owen Hart charity. So
Oh, that's good.
So there's a lot of different stuff. So pretty cool.
Well, pretty much we're gonna move on. We have Powerhouse Hobbs versus a jobber, Jeremy Prophet.
I've never heard of this guy. I just want to clarify that I've never
seen
this guy before at all. So.
Maybe he was on. Maybe he is for.
Maybe he's on Dark. I could be missing something. Maybe he's on Dark.
That's what I was saying. About to say he might be on Dark, but when they bring up these guys, like, okay, yeah, you're gonna face a jobber. All right. So what were you saying about that jobber there?
I was just saying I have no idea who this is.
Yeah, like this guy must have been
on Dark, but who knows?
Right, but I just when, like I said earlier, is that I think that when they do this, when they put this jobber in the ring, and already in the ring, blah blah blah. Like, yep, definitely a jobber.
He's definitely gonna get squashed in like 2 minutes.
Yep. Or just be like, with Bryan Danielson, who got knocked out in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and pretty much, Powerhouse Hobbs is your winner.
Yeah. He was always gonna win this. There's no way Powerhouse Hobbs will lose to a no-name.
Right.
Before.
But next we have it's time for your main event. FTR and RickyStarks versus the Bullet Club Gold and the Guns in this match. Apparently, according to Ringside News, had tweeted out that saying that CM Punk did the Hulk Hogan thing, pretty much. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, but overall, as the highlights of the match that I saw was alright. I mean, could have been...
Yeah, last week's match was certainly better.
Right.
But I do think this was a good match. Not a great one because we've kind of seen it already, so the appeal is kind of stale at the moment.
Yeah.
But everyone performed well. I am glad that we got a different result this time, and they're not so it brings more intrigue to the story, so that's a positive. But back-to-back weeks having the pretty much the same match,
right?
That's not really a good sign when it's your first 2 weeks as a show.
Well, I understand they're new getting things going and stuff, but I understand with your situation there.
Yeah, if you want to advertise the first one for CM Punk, FTR versus Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe, great, do it. But then if you get to the next week and it's CM Punk, Dax Harwood and RickyStarks versus Bullet Club Gold and I forget who the other guy, but it's okay, we've seen this before.
Right.
So you kind of have to start looking at your show and what other storylines could you make a main event?
Right. And,
could we have the Chris Jericho thing as the main event? Yes, we could. And then if you want to go back to CM Punk, do it, but don't have it don't have it on back-to-back weeks.
Right, or just do something like what we saw with the Bloodline. That was the main event right there.
Yeah.
That was perfect. Ending the show right there and then, that was perfect.
Yeah.
But.
Or I don't know, we talked about the stuff with could you have Luchasaurus have a match with somebody big from New Japan?
Right.
Have him face Okada or someone.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I know Okada has a match tomorrow, today, but couldn't you find a way to fit that in?
Right.
I'm just saying, start mixing it up. Don't have basically the same match as your main event 2 weeks in a row, especially on the opening 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I can give you a pass because it is your opening 2 weeks, but start looking at other storylines.
Yep. Well, we'll see what next week brings to the table of AEW Collision.
Yep.
So, but
the match was good. So, and Bullet Club Gold got the win this time, so that's a good sign. So they're not coming across as jabronis.
Right. Jabronis.
But, yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what I had wrote down as well. Where's my thing? God dang it, I accidentally... Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wrote down.
Okay.
So, but anyways, Unstoppable Squad, thank you guys for watching. stay tuned. I might bring some wrestling news your way today. And tomorrow. Well, pretty much later in the afternoon. But anyways, Unstoppable Squad, stay tuned because I have some big changes coming to your guys' way very, very soon. New people are going to start appearing on the show. Not just only myself and Peter P going to be doing the show together, but I'm also working on my way to get more people on the show. So it takes time, you know, a lot of people got to think about it. So, but I know it takes a lot on Peter P, it takes a lot on me, but we're here to give you content.
Yep.
So, but anyways, Unstoppable Squad, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to become part of the Unstoppable Squad. And want to be part of the Unstoppable Squad champion, even though I haven't worn this belt in a little while. But I'm unstoppable.
I'm Peter.
And we are out. Peace.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.